Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this course that is titled the Advanced Level Reading Comprehension, a course that has been compiled by Academic and will be conducted by me, and my name is Fumani. Right, so as I said, this is a premium course that is at the advanced level, and you have come a long way in your journey in developing your language skills. Since you are an advanced level student, in this course you'll be presented with myriads of challenges that will help refine your language skills so that you can become an even better communicator of the English language. So take your time with this course, have patience with yourself, and ensure that you go through each slide and each lesson as thoroughly as you can, and also remember to enjoy it. Okay, so a little bit more information about me, right? So the man who is conducting this course. So my name is Fumani, and I will be your English teacher for this advanced level premium course. I have more than 4 years of international teaching experience assisting people to develop their English language skills. So I've tutored for several different companies that were assisting several different students from different countries like China, Japan, Turkey, Brazil, and many more. And I've dealt with students of various different types of ages from 6 years old and to the age of 65. So the pursuit in attaining English language skills is universal, and it doesn't know, it's not concerned about an individual's age. If you are willing and a serious student in acquiring English language skills, then not only is it possible, but it is highly probable that you can attain those skills. So my students were beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So I have more than enough experience and the necessary skills to facilitate you on your journey. And I look forward to helping you on your journey. See, the reason why I'm so passionate about helping my students, helping people in general develop their English language skills, is to see their faces light up when they understand a particular concept, or when I explain something that they previously did not understand. Now, unfortunately, I will not be able to see that expression, but I have faith that that expression will be present upon this course. So, without further ado, let's get into more details about this course. So, are you ready? So, this course will introduce you to inversion structures in the context of political statements. So, there will be political statements that are placed during this course, and you will have to ascertain the inversion structures and apply them. And then further on, we will provide you with exposure to articles that will test your reading comprehension. So we'll have several different articles about different kinds of subjects. Some of them will be dialogues, some of them will just be news articles or stories. And you will be required to read them, and then from that point on, we will have a series of questions to see if you truly comprehended exactly what you've read. And there will be many more different kinds of activities that will be available in this course. So just ensure that you are ready, ensure that you're mentally prepared and willing to be challenged. Okay, all right, so let's move on. Now, I would like to present you with a bit of facts about this course, right, and about reading and how it can help you develop on your journey. Because I know very well sometimes when you get to an advanced level, You may feel as if your spoken English is you're quite eloquent in how you communicate, and you may not see a need, maybe not you, but some people may not see a need to continue developing their reading comprehension. So here's the first thing to acknowledge about what it is, how you can benefit out of developing your reading comprehension. So reading can help you develop the habits of thinking in English. Now this is of paramount importance because once you know how to think in English, the way you communicate will be much more fluid and organic. See, many times individuals try to communicate with English, and even though they are advanced students, it's not really fluid because at times they are still thinking in English. So upon reading articles, reading information that is written in English, you get to internalize these words. And by internalizing these words, you can later on have them as resources when you communicate. There will be many more words that will be available to you because you spent the necessary time to read. Okay. And then secondly, reading can expand your vocabulary. So one thing that makes it obvious whether you're gauging somebody's level in the English language, it's their ability to use various different types of vocabulary words to describe a situation or a circumstance or a person, whatever the case may be. So by reading, you get to not only memorize the vocabulary words that you have gone through, that you have studied, and that you have utilized in the past, which is great because memorizing it can help you familiarize yourself with it again so that you create a strong foundation. Because I believe in learning anything new, the most important thing are the fundamentals. So once you have the fundamentals structured in, it is so much more easier to move forward from that point on. So it will also enable you to develop new words in your vocabulary bank. So if you read more articles, you read more information, you read more dialogues, you engage in more dialogues, written dialogues, you can get more access to words that you necessarily were not exposed to before. And now once you've internalized that word and you further on study the meaning, then you can use that word in the future. So now you're expanding your vocabulary, and by expanding your vocabulary, your world becomes bigger, especially with regards to communicating in English. And then thirdly, another positive benefit that comes from acquiring and developing your reading comprehension is reading helps you readily understand English text. So you can come across an article, a newspaper article, or a caption on a social media page and go through that certain paragraph or whatever information that is presented to you that is in English. You will readily understand it, and there is no better feeling than knowing that you understand something. And once you go through the process of reading, you'll develop this skill to such a degree that you will be able to read and understand most material that you come across that is in English, and that is a worthwhile goal. So fret not and enjoy the process of reading. So I would like you first and foremost to understand, I will repeat this later on, but I would just like to state this right now, is that you have to read these articles that you will be presented with twice. So read it first out loud so that you can hear yourself speaking, and then read it internally so that you can internalize these particular words, and that can dramatically assist you in comprehension. So let's go into more detail as to what it is that we're going to learn in this particular course. So in this course, as I said, we're going to focus on reading comprehension. So we're going to deal with many other things as well, but the main focus will be on reading comprehension. And then further on, we're going to practice the language of giving definitions. So we're going to have particular words that are said in the articles or in the questions, and then you need to be able to articulate exactly what that word means. So you have to do this in a way that appropriately represents the actual definition of that word. Okay, and then we're going to learn how to use modal verbs in different situations. So modal verbs are basically words that express the necessity or the possibility of a particular event. Words like I will, should, or I could, or I must, but we will get into more details as the course goes on. And then we're also going to become familiar with inversion structures and learn how to apply them in sentences. So knowing how to utilize the subject and the verb and switch them around, and having yourself express the sentence using the verb first and then the subject later on, which is something that I will go into much more detail as the course goes. So these are the basic things that you can expect out of this course. Okay, so now let us move on to something that is quintessential. And I want you to use this word next time, quintessential. This is basically something that is really important. So there are 3 golden rules, golden tips, in my opinion, to achieve any kind of success, whether it's acquiring new language skills, whether it's improving in your career, whether it's achieving a particular goal that you have in mind, whatever it is. There are 3 things that you need to go through in order to make sure that what it is that you have in your mind, what you wish for, can be attainable. So there are 3 golden tips that will help you to keep going even when you feel like giving up. So I am pretty sure every one of you who is listening to this course, you have gone through your hardships, you have gone through struggles and many challenges in acquiring your language skills that you have right now. There are many times you felt frustrated, and I can almost assume that there were times where you felt like giving up. But here you are right now, and I think that is commendable because you are following through on your goal, which will very soon be achieved. But throughout going through this particular course, there are 3 things that we need to bear in mind to ensure that you have the most positive experience possible. Number 1, define your main goal. What is it that you want out of this course? What is it that what you want to get out of this? Do you want to improve your relationships with friends, family that perhaps have acquired the use of communicating in English? Or do you want to perhaps get a competitive edge in your particular career so that you can speak to clients and speak to your colleagues as well in English? So the most important thing is to define your main goal. So we cannot find ourselves drifting all the way to the top of the mountain. That's impossible. We need to find a goal, exactly what it is, and be clear about it. And then we take small steps towards moving towards that final goal every single day. So doing every single thing that we can to maintain this momentum, because one thing that helps an individual achieve anything is to do things every single day, no matter how small. You can go through some of these lessons 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day if you're very busy, or you can have even more hours. It doesn't matter, so long as you are doing something every day, which connects very closely with plans. So create a plan for a day. So a week or a month or a year doesn't necessarily have to be one particular day. Set aside a system of actions that can help you achieve the goal that you have in your mind, because a goal in the mind is nothing but a goal in the mind. But now when you set out systematic actions, consistent actions that you do on a daily basis that gets you closer to achieving your goal, then you're on the right track. So this will help you stay on track and be organized and motivated. So this can definitely help you as you're developing your skills, and it can help you improve. You know exactly where you are, and you devise strategies, plans, and action steps in order to get better at whatever weaknesses that you've identified within your usage of the English language. So identify your weaknesses and look for ways to impose or impart systems of actions that you can take on a daily basis that can help you improve. And then thirdly, this is probably the most important thing that one needs to consider in achieving anything, and that is belief. There are going to be days that are going to be challenging. There are going to be bad days, and it's going to be really difficult. And I'm sure many of you already know exactly what I'm speaking about. But if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you'll be able to fulfill the goal that you have in mind, then you can accomplish almost anything that you put your mind to, especially if you have systems of actions set out. Then it appears to be more practical. When you think of your goal, it's more practical. It's not something airy, it's something that is practical. And taking that step and then believing that you can achieve it, then the sky is the limit. You can become even better than native speakers. That is possible, and I've come across that so many times, where an individual had been studying the English language for long periods of time, and eventually they got themselves to the point where they're even better than somebody who is a native. So the sky is the limit, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is just to believe in yourself. Okay, so these are ways in which we can plan what we want to do in accordance to the goals that we have. So I want you to systematically engage in this course. Do not try and accomplish it all in one day. You know, you're more than welcome to do anything that you feel you're comfortable doing. But I would advise you to break this down so that every single day you have a way to challenge yourself. So on Monday, perhaps you focus more on your reading, and then Tuesday, perhaps you focus more on the modal verbs, and then on Wednesday, you deal more with the inversion structure. So you can look at any particular thing that you feel you need to do or you would like to do on that day, and set aside how much time you would like to spend doing it. So recollect the goals that you have and then place them down as goals that you would like to achieve within that day. And then also take down notes. Take down notes. Anything that you come across that is new, any word that you don't particularly understand, or something that you would like to investigate further, take down notes so that you can look for ways to understand what you currently do not. So we have a little quote here from T.S. Eliot that says, "Every moment is a fresh beginning." So approach every day as if it's a new beginning. Approach it in a way where you're not advanced, but you're looking to learn more. You're like a sponge. You're ready to absorb all the information that you can. And this is the winning formula to anything in your life. So, now that we are done with this introduction, we can get along with the lesson.